My name is Nick Yanto. I am a 5th grade catechist at St. Peter and Paul Church in Cary, Illinois. This is my first year as a catechist, but I actually do have some teaching experience. Joe, when you come to observe, we're going to be covering Jesus Christ, the bread of life, as the subject of our lesson. My DRE was nice enough to lay out the lesson schedule for us, so we have that. One other thing you'll see, we do have some special classes, and my class will actually be attending a presentation on stewardship. And we also have a teachers meeting that night, so the aide in my class will be attending that. So not the most normal of weeks, but fairly normal for the program as I understand it. So yeah, it should be an exciting class and a lot of action. The setup, our DRE asks that we be there a half hour early, so 6 o'clock for a 6:30 start time to our classes. And the reasoning behind that was time to not only physically prepare the classroom, we're in the school building for the parish, so we have to do our set up our prayer space, make sure all the books are out, the materials we need for the class, but also so the catechist has time to spiritually prepare to properly present the lesson. I do have an aide in the class, and I'm very lucky. As I said, this is my first year in the program, but my aide has actually taught for 11 years in the program. She's just gone back to work, so didn't want to teach full-time, but the setup we have right now is I prepare the lessons, and then she basically co-teaches with me, so it's a nice kind of balance between the two voices, the two perspectives. And we started the year with 8 kids. We were up to 9 for our second class, and it can still change a little bit, but we should be around that 9 or 10 number there for our 5th grade class. As I started planning, I got my catechist manual after our kind of intro meeting and started looking through it, and was looking for an overriding theme to the year, especially as I said, our DREs laid out the lessons and they're not sequential in the book. So I was really kind of flipping through looking for something, and in the first class I kind of stumbled onto kind of a theme that's kind of gone through the year so far, and that's really making faith more about just learning and something you can take home and do as well. And the focus so far has been on you don't need to perform some great act that would qualify you for sainthood to really be living your faith, but really the small actions that you do every day are pleasing to God and something that can really demonstrate your faith to the world. Having professional teaching experience, I feel that I have a pretty decent grasp on what's going on in the classroom, but not having taught for a couple years, I'll just be interested to hear your opinions on. I think the flow of class is probably the big thing that I've had the most trouble with so far. I taught 6th grade and junior high social studies, and I found that the 5th graders there's definitely a difference in what's acceptable there, both in the complexity of the activities and the amount of time that some things take. So far I've had more than enough material, which is a good problem to have, but kind of pacing in the flow of class would be the one thing that I'd be most interested to hear your feedback on.